Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to WoW Classic Vanilla and our hardcore Gnome Warrior here on the Bloodsail Buccaneers server. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today, and for clicking on the video. Hope you guys are all doing well. I am doing much better today than yesterday. I'm still at only about 70% vitality. But I feel so much better than I did yesterday, and a million times better than I did the day before that, so finally on the mend. I think you just gave me a buff. Thank you, I appreciate you. We have a turn-in here in the Great Forge that has actually gone gray. It's at the mining place. Let's see. You'll find him in the Deep Mountain Mining Guild. That's in the Great Forge district of Iron Forge, which is right where my griffin will drop you off. Okay. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I didn't see this one, so let's get this one turned in. And then we need to go out into Dun Morogh, and we're going to work on getting the warrior quest done. Because that would be really smart.
I have the finest warriors in the land.
Here are the honorary picks for Brock's students. If you've already been to Thelsamar, then you should fly back there. Okay, so this was just the little breadcrumb to get it. It wasn't really a mining quest. It was just the breadcrumb that would have taken us to the city. Okay. That makes sense. Like the delivery that we do in Goldshire. So we're not going to return to Thelsamar right now. We are going to run out into Dun Morogh and head down near Frostmane Hold is where we're going to find Vazrik? Let's go with Vazrik. Vazrik. I know you guys love how I pronounce certain things. You guys are trying to get me to say this as Hearthstone? Hearthstone? I've said it as Hearthstone for so many decades. First, just in my head, you know, just reading the word in my head over and over and over the wrong way for 10 years. Saying it Hearthstone. Hearth. But it's Hearth, maybe? Well, you guys, I mean, see, I get so confused in my head that I would literally have to go look at the comment that corrected me, because I feel like my brain flips it around, and, like, I literally can't keep track of whether Hearth or Hearth is the right way. I don't like saying either word. They don't feel very comfortable to me. So it's a tough word for me to begin with, weirdly enough. And saying it Hearth or Hearth, it really doesn't make it easier either way. But it seems like I say it wrong almost every time I say it, looking at the comments. I can't say that I'll ever fix it. I finally said Elwyn correctly. I used to pronounce Elwyn Elwian. Elwian, I had like an extra syllable added in there for some reason, because that's just the way that I incorrectly said it in my head for years. And when you don't hear things spoken out loud, when you're just reading, and you kind of reinforce that pronunciation in your head, it's really hard to stop reading it the wrong way. I've had entire character names that I've read the wrong way in like long-standing book series that I'll read the character name the complete wrong way for some reason. It gets cemented in my head that way. I say it that way to myself the millions of times that you read a character name in a book. Then I'll have a conversation about that book later on with somebody who's read it. And I'll be saying the character name and talking about the character, and finally they'll go, "Who the hell are you talking about?" And I'm like, "This guy who did this," and they're like, "Oh, you mean this person?" And they say the name completely differently. And then I'm like utterly embarrassed, obviously. I think the last one that happened was Tom Maryland in Wheel of Time. Because his name was spelled T-H-O-M, and because I was like 14 or 15 when I first read the books, I pronounced his name Thom. Thom Maryland. Thom. T-H. The. Thom. So, you know, for years in my head, I pronounced his name the complete wrong way. And what happened was then, years later, I met somebody who was also reading Wheel of Time and had that same interaction where I was talking about this character and they were just looking at me like I was crazy. Because his name was Tom. It was obviously Tom. The H was silent. Why would his name be Thom? Makes no sense, right? Except that was just the way that I pronounced it in my head. So there you go. That's just a little bit of insight. Unnecessary and unwanted insight into the ways that my mind works with language. I feel like that probably happens to everybody at some point with some word or another. I think it probably just happens to me a little bit more often than most people. What's going to be the best way here is probably going to be to swing north of Keranos. It's hard to tell. I probably could have just taken the road. Would have been an okay idea. Can we do anything useful on the way? We could hunt peace blooms. I believe we need those for something we can make. Maybe it's just for making regular potions. Maybe it was for troll's blood. It was for troll's blood, but we don't have any earth root either. Okay, fair. Yep. I also noticed that for some reason when I listen to the playback, the music just seems quiet. Not super quiet, but it just seems too quiet for me. And so I'm going to turn the music up again, guys. And I really want some feedback on the noise volumes and the sound volumes and just whether or not I'm too quiet or the music is too quiet. I listen on my when I do sound test, I listen on my television on the sound bar while I'm doing chores. So I feel like a lot of you guys like to have these on in the background while you do other stuff. So that's kind of how I do my sound test. And sometimes I feel like the music is just a little bit too quiet. Even though I've been slowly ratcheting it up. It's weird. I leave my soundbar at about the same volume setting, so when I talk about the music, I talk about the music kind of compared to how loud I am and how loud the sound effects are. Obviously, if you want overall something to be louder or quieter, you just adjust your own volume. But I'm talking about the balance between the different types of volumes. For some reason, I'm like very picky about that. Yeah, my sound is all the way up. All I could really do is I could up this. I could drop these down just a slight little bit. Maybe we do something like this. And you guys let me know if this is way too loud and everything and you can't hear me at all. But it sounds better for me. The music is a little bit more filling up my eardrums and less completely in the background. It's kind of one of my big goals with these videos is just kind of have a relaxing, immersive atmosphere. I really do think that the music and the ambience help with that a lot. I like the contrast of having a chill playthrough and then like compared with the danger of the actual hardcore concept itself. That, you know, most of the time things are really chill and relaxed, but then at any moment you can get killed. I should apologize for starting out the video with so much running. I know it's not exactly the most exciting thing, and this quest in particular, I should have taken care of this a long time ago. Nothing here is worth any experience. Which is why I really haven't been bothering to fight anything. We have our Hearthstone set back at the Stout Lager Inn. That's not going to help us, really. If I was really smart, we would have set it back in Ironforge. Alright, so he's going to be somewhere maybe around this area, just outside the hold, maybe a little bit south of it. Pretty sure that's what the quest said. If we can't slash target him, then we'll take a look at the quest text again just to make sure that I have it right. V-E-J-R-E-K. Okay, let's select that and copy it so we can spam it. And we'll just start taking some of these guys out. They're not going to be a big threat to us. Let's take a look at the quest again. Alright, Vajrek is the toughest troll you'll find. He has a hut in the foothills just south of the Frostmane Hold. So he has a hut in the foothills. The foothills are going to kind of be back this way, maybe, on the mini-map. I'm going to grab this Peace Bloom. And then we're looking for a hut in the foothills. South of Frostmane Hold. Okay. They could mean like down here, like south of Frostmane Hold, or they could mean over here against this mountainside. So I kind of want to look this way first, make sure we're not missing anything obvious. I don't see any obvious trails or switchbacks over here. This is a little path. I think I see a building on the minimap. Pretty sure that's a building. Ah, very nice. Who needs Questy? We figured it out using only our brains. Only my brain in this case, which if I can figure it out, guys, anybody can figure it out. You don't need Questy. It makes things faster. The great thing I love about Questy is it shows you where to pick up quests, because sometimes finding the quests themselves becomes more challenging than finding the objectives. Nothing leads you to the quest. You have to go into buildings and find them. To me, that was always the thing that Questy brought to me that I was missing, is like all these quests that I never knew about because I never went into certain buildings. So that's finally done. This bear still doesn't like us, even though we are quite a bit more powerful than he is. Okay, we'll try to make a straight shot for Ironforge, even though it is going to be a little bit of a run. Nothing we can really do on the way. We've already spent our talent point. We can look a little bit ahead and see what we might want to do next. Can also do some herbing. We'll finish off toughness. And then in the next rank, I think we have to go with improved shield block. Allows your shield block ability to block an additional attack and increases the duration by 0.5 seconds. Or we go improved revenge. I'm assuming we'll have revenge by then? That's a chance to stun. I don't really care about that. It would be nice just sometimes to stun the crap out of something, just to get a couple of lucky stuns and lock something out. Could be really interesting encounters. Defiance, threat generated while in defensive stance. That would be really useful for tanking the few dungeons that we're probably going to end up doing. And yeah, it just... What else can I do? I feel like for leveling, 3 and 2 probably. For leveling. I'm kind of going to just make up my own builds, so... I hope that doesn't really bother anybody. I'm going to spend talent points where I feel like they make sense for what we're doing. And although I do want to do some dungeons at level 20, starting at level 20, my main goal is to survive, and most of our play is going to be solo. And with that in mind, I feel like going into improved shield block and just having this chance to stun. Maybe I'd even go 3 and 2 just for the higher chance to stun. I don't know about Last Stand. I guess what I need to know about Last Stand is this. So when activated, the ability temporarily grants you 30% of your maximum hit points. Okay. Is there any way that Last Stand could wear off and I could instantly die? This is what I need to know. I guess that's the only way I can explain my question is, let's say I pop Last Stand, I take a bunch of damage that almost kills me with Last Stand up, Last Stand dies, so I lose those extra hit points. Is there any possibility that I just drop dead? I'm pretty sure there is. If I remember correctly about how Last Stand worked in vanilla, I'm pretty sure this Last Stand is literally like, this is going to give your group a couple seconds to maybe live. You're probably going to die, but your group might live. I feel like that's what Last Stand is in vanilla. So if I'm wrong, let me know. If I'm right, I'm not going to take Last Stand. Because if I'm popping Last Stand, I'm dead. And if I'm dead, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Like, it might save the group. It probably wouldn't. If we were that bad that I was going to go down, other people are probably going to die. Otherwise, they should already be running. They should already be running for the dungeon exit. And, like, if I'm going to go down, I hope that in a hardcore dungeon run, I hope that everyone would run for the dungeon exit. I hope everyone would try to survive. I would hate for everyone to stand and fight to the death. That'd be awful. I hope, like, whoever could get away in that situation should get away. And if it's, like, the tank that's going to go down or a healer that's going to go down, somebody might go down, but I feel like everyone should be able just to run for it. When things go completely wrong. Like, your healer's dead, your tank has 15% health. Probably a good time to run for the hills and hope you get out of the instance. Anyway, yeah, so if I can get that question answered, that will determine whether or not I take this. I like the improved blood rage. Not really enough to go into it. The thing I don't like about blood rage is that it costs health up front. I obviously don't like buttons that I press that cost me health. So, on guys that are like low level, it's fine to pop it, but in tougher fights I have a hard time wanting to use it. Improved Sunder could be okay. Disarm might be something worth using more. I'm kind of wary of things that only help against certain enemy types. At the same time, I find those things really interesting so that when you come up against enemies like that, you're very, very efficient against them. Shield wall, yeah, I mean, I would definitely go for some improved shield wall. That sounds amazing. Concussion blow. We need these peace blooms, we really do, so I'm gonna keep grabbing them when I see them when we're in these lower level zones. We should probably try to do the, when we get the weapon quest, is it the Whirlwind Axe that the warrior gets the quest line for? If we live that long, and I know that we will, because the Gnome warrior is going to go all the way. When we get that far, we should definitely look into getting the mats for that together, to complete that quest. I've never completed it before. People have tried to help me with it, and I've never completed it before. And the thought was like, well, it's a great axe, but eventually I'm not going to need it anymore. You know, especially in other versions of the game has that been true. But with the hardcore run being what it is, I feel like that could be a weapon that could really, really help us live, and that we could have for a long time. Now that being said, that might be our one respec, right? Because that's a two-handed weapon. But it would be cool to have. Other than that, I would need to know where can we get a really awesome one-hander and a really awesome shield solo. So what solo, even if it's something that I can farm up, like let's say there's a rare drop off of somebody somewhere out in the open world. If I know what it is and where it is, I don't mind doing some farming episodes to see if we can get it to drop. At the very least, maybe we do it at a time when it can get us kill experience, right? I think this goes back to our trainer. Yeah, there we go. I know where I'm going. Yeah, any good quest lines for good shields, even if they're blue. Anything like that, anything to help us. I could Google stuff like that, but I'd rather get info from you guys. No, not the fight for Warsong Gulch.
What's on your mind?
Vezric sure was an ugly one, huh? Nicely done, Rambles. You have what it takes. Now let's start your lesson. You may not know it, but a strong defense is very important to a warrior. It keeps him standing against foes that fell others. And that's what your allies need. Now that you've learned some moves, it's time to get you a decent weapon. Speak with Tom... Oh, we got... Just like that, he gave us defensive stance. Speak with Tormus Deepforge. He can make you a weapon I'm sure you'll like. This sounds promising. Do we need to train? Do we need to train? We definitely need to train Revenge. Okay, great. That is actually awesome. Now Revenge, though... Oh, we can only use in defensive stance. We're going to want to be in defensive stance. We're gonna want to be in defensive stance, right? I mean, so I gotta set up my my button for charge then stance. Okay, that's fine. We can do this. It's gonna be fine. So this will go here, and then here we have to have our swap back in the same button. That's kind of how I like to do it. So we're gonna go in. We're gonna rend still. We can do that in defensive stance. We can do that in defensive stance. This requires battle stance. Mocking blow requires battle stance. Hamstring requires battle stance. So we might be swapping out to throw down some hamstrings. Now the problem with stance dancing is that we don't keep our rage. We don't keep our rage. We don't have tactical mastery? Is tactical mastery not a thing in this tree? Huh. Maybe tactical mastery is not a thing in vanilla. So tactical mastery was a talent that let you keep some points some rage when stance dancing. Interesting. Okay. Let's go Revenge. Let's go like this. Shield bash on 3 still. Sunder armor. I'm probably gonna be spamming that a little bit if I'm in defensive stance, aren't I? Maybe something like this. Where do I have this here? I have it on 2. Maybe something like that. Okay, that's fine. Anything else that we're missing? We don't need taunt. Can we can do this in any stance. Okay, this we can do it in any stance as well. So maybe I need to move this. I try to keep as much the same as I can. That being said, I should do this. And then I could do this. We'll need potions. And then we have F6 free while we're in defensive stance because we don't have charge. Oh, okay. Thunderclap, right? Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. If somebody wants to write me a macro for charge defensive stance, that'd be cool. Something I can just copy paste in, because I'm just like, for some reason, I'm terrible at typing out macros. Okay, did we get everything done that we wanted to get done? No. Bring the honorary picks. Oh, this is the flight back. Stormpike's order goes to Furin, Longbeard, and Stormwind. Defense of the King's Lands, we don't know if we're doing. Okay. Are we heading back to Stormwind? Now that we've got that done. we're level 16. I don't really want to do any more in defense of the King's Lands. So if we go back to Dun Morogh right now, we're gonna have to go to the hunting lodge. Let's go do that. That way we can just get this done. We're not gonna get any experience from it at this point, but it'll get it out of our log, right? I bet the music here is pretty loud. I wish that the music in cities was better modulated. All the cities, the music it plays so much louder than anywhere else in the world. Oh, North the Hunter dead, level 21 in Darkshore. The spam goes so fast, I can't even keep up, and it's pointless for me to try. I like to try to catch their last words, but if you're not literally in the guild chat when it happens, it's hard to catch it, and I can't stay in the guild chat. Mirren sent you, did he? Yes, I can make you a nice weapon, but before I do that, I have a favor to ask of you. Don't worry, it's plenty dangerous and could mean your death. It's exactly the sort of job a warrior wants. Not a hardcore warrior.
Safe travels.
My mentor, Sturgy Ironband, had a compound south of Helm's Bed Lake in eastern Dun Morogh. There he taught blacksmithing and he was the best. But one day one of his students brought him a load of strange ore. Master Ironband called it Umbral ore and was eager to work with it, but soon after it arrived, a band of dark iron dwarves attacked his compound. They killed everyone. Enter Ironband's compound rambles and avenge my master's death and bring me the load of Umbral ore that caused it.
See you soon.
This was lower level. I wonder what the reward's gonna be for this, because I'm kind of not. I don't know if I feel like I want to run around Dun Morogh anymore today. That's kind of where I'm at. I probably should make myself do it, but I might pass for now. Let me know if you guys think that the eventual reward is worth it. I might come back and do it for the experience. I don't know.
How are you?
Let's just go get it done.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Let's go get it done. I'm not in a particular rush. I am kind of eager for some action. I'm sure you guys are too. I'm sorry that this episode is probably going to be incredibly boring and just me talking a lot. I feel like some hardcore episodes are going to be that way. I'll try to call them out when they're going that way. So those of you guys who have like very limited time, you don't have to waste it here. You can leave me running in the background if you want. I don't mind. I just want to make sure I'm actually valuing your guys' time. And this episode has been really slow. It's been a safe one though. We've been safe, so that's good at least. We don't want to be too safe for too long though. Let's see. Do we know where this is? Helm's Bed Lake. Okay, so we're going to the east. Let me take a little shortcut here. Looks survivable. That part was a little iffy. We could stop at the, where was it? The Amberstill Ranch? Did they have Verjage? Do we still have that quest? Let's see, what was his name? Protecting the herd. Vagash. Could probably do this now. Was it here at the refuge? No, I think it was at the ranch. Pretty sure it was at the ranch. He was a level 11 elite. We're level 16. We'll know pretty quickly if we can't do it. We tried it before and couldn't do it and we lived, so... If we can't do it this time, we'll do the same thing. We'll just jump down onto the building and he'll leash pretty easily after that. But since we're here, this might be as exciting as it gets right now. So let's do it. We'll use defensive stance, and we'll see how that goes. Are you prepared to kill even slower than ever? I definitely am. I'm also prepared for the added security of the extra protection. So, should be good. Oh, we can't thunderclap in defense. That's right. You can't thunderclap in defensive stance in vanilla. So guys, when I start tanking, and I've had this happen before, in Season of Mastery it happened lots. When I start tanking, please stop telling me to thunderclap when I'm in defensive stance. Please don't tell me to thunderclap while I'm tanking. You can only thunderclap when you charge in, basically. I charge in, get one thunderclap off, and then I switch to defensive stance. And then I can't thunderclap anymore. Don't ask me to do it. I wish I could. Okay, I'm glad we talked that out now. I want potions for this. I feel like not having potions for this is going to be a bad idea. Still can't make Troll's Blood. That is unfortunate. This is our last Minor Fortitude. Also unfortunate. What do I need for Minor Fortitude? Earth Root. I need to get some freaking Earth Root. Okay. Let's go. I'm feeling not great so far. Still kind of figuring out if this is going to happen. Let's pop this potion now. I want to get him out here so if I need to leash him, I'm going to be able to do it. I think we're gonna get him. It's a little bit closer than I would have liked. Whew, that was a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. I contemplated a couple times bailing, and I didn't even have him where I wanted to have him, so I might have got myself killed there. I thought I was a lot closer to the cliff. Okay, there we go. That's our first elite killed. I wonder if that's an achievement anywhere in the hardcore add-on, tracking how many elites you kill. That would be interesting.
Welcome.
Well done. Varen will be so happy when he hears the good news. To kill Vagash is no easy task. I imagine one day you'll be fighting alongside King Magni and his men on the Alliance front. Maybe. For now, you can give us this two-handed hammer that we can't use.
Good.
Well, that was nice. I feel good about that. Helmsbed Lake. Still going to the east. He had a compound south of Helmsbed Lake. Alright. That's probably the building that we see on the map here. If I had to guess, that would make the most sense. Got some really low-level trogs here. We can avoid some of them because they're not very dangerous and they're not going to aggro easily. If they gave kill experience, I'd be fighting them. We might have to fight some to clear them out, but even if we were to accidentally aggro a couple of them, we would be able to take care of them at this point. Let's get back into battle stance. I noticed that herbalism is very forgiving about your level, so you get skill ups even when something is green. You get consistent skill ups off of it, and that's kind of unlike the crafting professions where you're making something, as a lot of the green stuff just won't give you skill ups. And so I was kind of like earlier, I just wasn't gathering, I kind of stopped gathering the Peace Bloom and Silverleaf, and that was a little bit of a mistake. It's a big mistake because we need the materials still, and we're actually still getting skill ups pretty frequently from them. So, gonna be important for us to keep grabbing them. Probably for the next little while. There's a chest here. We should, investigate. Alright, very good. Oh, we should be able to make rage potions eventually. That's going to be nice. I have to spend that rage that we get first. So I'm going to spend the rage that we get from charging. Then we're going to stance. So it should just be a rend and then a shift. Maybe I should change this a bit. If I'm going to be in defensive stance, I could change this a bit. I'm going to keep it like it is for now, and we'll see how things go, but I have a couple of ideas on how to make this transitioning smoother with our keybinds. Not being able to hamstring them in defensive stance is kind of crappy. Hamstring is a very useful tool. Nope, not what I wanted to do. I'm kind of assuming we have to fight our way into the building. That's what I'm assuming. I don't really feel like we're... Well, I shouldn't think yet, because we're fighting low-level guys. I shouldn't think yet. Yeah. I have no thoughts. I said nothing. We're killing guys at a rate congruent with killing low-level guys. That's all. Nowhere to go that way, pal. Iron Bands Strongbox. There we go. We took your Umbral ore, we sat in your chairs, and we killed you. It's got a pretty cool place. I don't know how I feel about all the stuffed animals. Stuffed animals, yeah. That's how I feel. But, you know, everything else is cool. Alright, so I guess that means we are going back to Ironforge. Yeah, back to Tormus. Well, there's some Earthroot finally. We only need it for like 7 different things that we don't have it right now. That's nice of it. So we can make our Troll's Blood potion. Let's create one of those. And what else did we run out of? The regen, right? No, Fortitude. There we go. Let's get the Troll's Blood potion going. I've got to go out of my way for the Earthroot. Not only do we need it, but it's a higher chance at a herbalism skill up. It probably bothers some of you guys that I say herbalism and not herbalism. It's another one of those things. I could say that one either way. I'm used to herbalism. My father's name was Herbert. So, I'd rather not say Herb. If I can avoid it. I think you clicked there first, buddy. I think you got this one. You did get that one. It's all fair. We did the same thing. They were probably heading towards it first. So yeah, I say herb, so I don't have to say herb. Sure, some of you guys can understand. I can't say your name. Helethorpe, the warrior, died. Level 7, Elwyn Forest to a forest bear. Last words were a questy quote. The last thing you said in guild chat was questy spamming guild chat. Perfect. Perfect. I'm sorry, buddy. RIP. I think you can tell questy not to hit guild chat, I hope. Maybe people just like to do that, I don't know. I would definitely not want my questy reporting out in guild chat. What's going on with the weird names? Dead at level 7 as well. What's going on with those weird characters? Oh, okay. It can't do the It can't do the characters we put in from the character map. Okay. I see what's happening. Same thing. Their last words were a quote from questy. We are being attacked, and that is absolutely fine. Let's go into defensive stance. Not much a level 8 enemy can do to us at this point. It would take an entire pack of them to try to pull us down. And even then, they'd probably end up leashing before they manage to do it. If anything, it was probably a good episode to turn the music up for, huh? Lots of travel in this one. You'll be happy to know, if you've enjoyed all the traveling, you'll be happy to know that we're heading out to the Hunter's Lodge next. Yeah, we're gonna turn this one in. And then we could probably just hearth over to the Stout Lager Inn. We probably don't have to sit through the flight point. And then we'll run ourselves over to the hunting lodge and try to see why we don't have those quests yet. Or we could stop by the excavation site first. We're probably at a good level to tackle those trogs. We've got the little gnome guy by the lake. He's got a couple quests for us to do, though I think there is a breadcrumb to him at the hunting lodge. We're just missing the breadcrumb to the hunting lodge for some reason. I didn't find it yet. This guy's in the Great Forge area, I believe. Pretty sure he's one of the blacksmiths. You found it, well done. I hope you killed a host of dark iron dwarves while searching. I fear that Ironband's compound won't be the last place we see them. But thank you for the ore rambles, I'm eager to work with it and find its properties. Here are some weapons hot off the anvil and made with the new Umbral ore you brought me. We could do one-handed axe. All of these look like they're going to be slightly better than what we have. Axe, 2 main-handed mace, main-handed sword. So really, it's just what do we want? I've been digging the axe. I'll take the sword for now.
Watch your back.
Sword and board, my friends. Sword and board. Alright, there she is, our Umbral sword. Perfect. Okay, let's jump on the flight point.
What can I do for you? Be good.
Inventory is full. Inventory is full. We can probably take care of that somewhere nearby. Are either of you a vendor?
Like to purchase something?
I would not like to purchase something. I would like to sell you a host of junk. And what else do we need to get rid of? Get rid of that. All right.
You have a great day now.
Swashy the Warrior dead at level 8 in Elwyn Forest. RIP, buddy. A lot of people going down in Elwyn Forest today.
Keep your feet on the
A
ground.
lot of warriors fallen.
Be good.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna head over to the hunting lodge and we're gonna stop by the excavation site. I want to see what level those enemies look like. Because back in Westfall, these enemies are like level 13 and 14. These enemies are level 14, 15. These enemies are level 15. Pillagers and looters. Travel to Lakeshire. Okay, yeah, so we're looking at level 14 to 16 enemies for these. We are level 16, so ideally I would like to gain a level before heading back here. So if we can do a couple more things in Loch Modan, great. If not, that's fine too. But yeah, I would really like to hit level 17 here at least, and then head back over to Westfall. That's kind of the plan. Once we start clearing out some of the stuff in Westfall and emptying the log here, then we will step foot a bit into Redridge, at least to get the quest done here and to check out some of the lower level stuff that's there. And then we might be hopping over to Redridge, between Redridge and the end parts of Westfall, maybe. And then on into Duskwood. I mean, I feel good about this character. I'm having a ton of fun. The fights feel good. Obviously, today was a little bit of a slower day, which I kind of needed. I'm getting back into the swing of things here. Feeling 75 to 80% recovered today. So this is kind of the stress-free time that I kind of needed to ease my way back in. I probably put myself at risk yesterday playing when I was not feeling good. But I really wanted to get on and play, so I did, and it was fine. I had a good time, and we did not die due to my fatigue. Alright, guys, I am going to log out for a few minutes to take a little bit of a break here. Next time, we are going to head over to the hunting lodge. We're going to get this stuff done in this area of the zone here. I don't know that we're going to get to do the elite area. We could try to come back when we're much higher level. I just don't know. It might fall off our radar between now and then. But yeah, we'll be playing some more today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Truly do appreciate you guys showing up and all the support on these hardcore runs. It's been the best time that I've had in Classic since Classic began. And I'm really grateful to be able to be here. I owe it to you guys. I never would have found out about the Bloodsail Buccaneer server or been doing the hardcore runs or any of this without your guys' support. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. And we'll see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.